Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Cosmic Theater. I'm your host, Dr.Franklin, and on this program we're going to present the scientific evidence for extraterrestrial life, UFO cases, enigmatic structures, mysterious monsters, paranormal cases, and related topics, show you a sci-fi or horror film, and ask you a trivia question and give you a fine prize for the correct answer. For example, today we're going to show you the enigmatic face of Mars, run the film Flash Gordon's Trip to Mars, and show you the Grand Canyon dinosaur and talk about a mystery surrounding it. We'll also ask you a trivia question regarding our movie and award a fine prize for the correct answer. Now, with regard to the enigmatic face of Mars, this was taken by NASA back on July 25th, 1976, from an altitude of 1,163 miles. It is 1 mile by 1.5 miles in dimensionality, and everyone who has seen this face again immediately says that it looks like a humanoid face. It has a hairline, eyes, face, nose, and a chin. And for all intents and purposes, it appears to be a feminine face. Now, some skeptics from NASA have said it's just an optical illusion. However, there is a second photo that shows the same face from a different angle, indicating that it is certainly a genuine entity and not just an optical illusion. Now, some people might ask, how could humanoid creatures create such a large structure, 1.5 miles by 1 mile? Well, consider that on Earth we have the Great Wall of China, which runs 1,500 miles in length, so that would be no problem. Others have asked, well, why would aliens create such a face on the surface of their planet? Well, consider that we have in the United States Mount Rushmore with its 4 presidential faces, and we also have in Bamiyan, Afghanistan, the world's largest Buddha, which is carved out of a mountainside. And yet, just a few miles off, you can't even discern that face. However, the face of Mars is easily discernible at 1,163 miles up, showing that it was carefully crafted by intelligent beings. Now, about 3 miles west of the face, and just barely discernible in this photo, you can see what appears to be an enormous circular indentation. And that is really suggestive of some of the indentations we have on planet Earth after flying saucers have apparently landed and then ascended. So there could be some connection there. And also, out of this photo, but about 5 miles to the southeast of the face, there is a giant rectangular slab having a full-figure humanoid creature on it. So I think there is a considerable amount of evidence that the face of Mars proves that life exists on Mars and elsewhere. Indeed, it's my thesis, my contention, that the universe is literally teeming with life, that life indeed is the common denominator of the cosmic backdrop. Within this context, the face of Mars just lends fuel to the fire of that argument. Now, today we're going to show you the film Flash Gordon's Trip to Mars, otherwise known as Mars Attacks the World. We're going to ask you a trivia question regarding something you'll see or hear in the film. So take notes. We're going to offer you a fine prize for the correct answer. It will be Neil Norman's Greatest Science Fiction Hits, Volume Number 3, courtesy of Crescendo Records. So I urge you to jot down anything that you think would make for an excellent trivia question. Now, I have myself run this tape many times. You'll get the cassette form, by the way. It is an excellent rendition of many sci-fi themes. So again, get pencil and paper ready for the Flash Gordon movie, Mars Attacks the World. It stars Larry Buster Crabbe as, of course, Flash Gordon, Charles Middleton as Ming the Merciless, and Gene Rogers as Dale Arden. So again, get pencil and paper ready, because we're going to be asking you a tough trivia question regarding something you see or hear in this film. So let's roll the film. hope that Flash will be able to save the Earth. We definitely need his help. Now, this is the second of 3 Flash Gordon serials made in the 30s and early 40s. Specifically, the first one was made in 1936 under the title Flash Gordon. It ran 13 chapters, and it was starring, of course, Larry Buster Crabbe as Flash Gordon and Charles Middleton as Ming the Merciless. In 1938, we had our second member of the triad, which you're watching today. It was under the original title Flash Gordon's Trip to Mars. Now, it ran 15 chapters. However, at the same time, Orson Welles came out with his rendition of The War of the Worlds on radio, which generated a considerable amount of interest in the planet Mars. So Universal decided to capitalize on this fact and produce a feature-length edited version of the original serial. Now that ran about 90 minutes. You figure that the original was 15 chapters at 15 minutes each, roughly 225 minutes, so there was considerable trimming needed, but I think they did a fine job. So if you notice a few plot discontinuities in this film, don't worry about it. They've done the best job possible. Now, in 1940, we had our third rendition of the serial. This was Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe, and that ran only 12 chapters. And again, in each and every one of these, Buster Crabbe was Flash Gordon, Charles Middleton was Ming the Merciless, but Gene Rogers, who you see today as Dale Organ, only appeared in the first 2. In the third serial, she was replaced by the actress Carol Hughes.
Now, until next time, may the power of the cosmos and of Flash Gordon be with you. Yes, yes, yes.